Hi, this review is on Brooklyn Botany Ultra Pure Tea Tree Oil, which is also Melaleuca, and it comes from Australia. It has a lot of uses. You can use it for so many things. I am going to tell you about one of the things that I use it for as I do my review on this. And one of the things I liked already from this company is, look at that. This box is totally sealed. Absolutely sealed. I love that. And also, it is not tested on animals, so that makes me happy too. As soon as you remove the plastic wrapping from this, you will immediately start to have a whiff of that delicious tea tree oil scent that is so refreshing. And another thing I wanted to mention about the box is that it does have an expiration date, which is really very good, because then you know how fresh your product is going to be. And this one expires 2019, so I have plenty of time to use it. Of course, you always use just a few little drops of this, especially when it's pure. This brings a glass dropper, and I love that they went ahead and kept this cap separate and also sealed it. So, I mean, that is really good. Not all companies do that, so it shows me that they're really being very careful in providing a lot of seals for security. And when you open up the cap, then you have your product in an amber glass, and it just smells delicious. This is very strong, so don't take a whiff because it is strong. I liked the way this product came packaged because I like all of the security that they used, the safety with regards to sealing the box and sealing the cap and providing the dropper so that you can break the seal of your cap and then go ahead and use your dropper. So I really liked that. The other thing that I want to show you now, if you want to go ahead, is a tip of how I use this. Now, I'm not telling you to use it like this. I'm not saying it's going to work for you. I'm not a scientist or anything like that that would qualify me, but I'm going to tell you how I use this. And I make deodorant at home, natural. So what I do is that I use a third cup of bentonite clay, and I use about 10 to 20 drops of the tea oil, and I use 5 tablespoons of coconut oil, and I use a half baking soda. So you can also switch this around, and you can use baking soda 1/3, and you can use but you play around with your recipes, and you get the recipe that works for you. So I was going to say that you can use either bentonite clay instead of the baking soda, or you can use cornstarch too. So you can use both cornstarch and baking soda. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how I mix this up if you're interested in that tip. But in the meantime, I will tell you that I received this product free in exchange for an honest review, and I love the product because I know that this is a quality product just by the packaging, and I know the way tea tree oil smells because I've used it before, and this is a good quality. They come in different shades. You can get a clear one, you can get an amber one. That does not mean anything that it's not tea tree oil. So I also like that this is animal cruelty free, so I like that. Now let me go ahead, in case you're interested, to see how I do my little recipe for deodorant that is healthy. Go ahead and I mix my dry products first, and then I mix my oil, couldn't find it, my coconut oil, and it's already liquefied here because I live in a very hot environment, so of course it's going to be liquefied. 1, 2, 3, 4, 15. So 15 drops of the tea tree oil. I never use too much, and I personally do not use it directly on my skin. I always use a carrier oil. And then you mix up your stuff. So this is how the mixture is going to be looking when you finish mixing it. It'll be almost like a, I don't know, like a batter. And of course this one came out a dark color because I used the clay. You don't have to use the clay, and some people may not want to use the clay, but let me show you when you put the clay on what it would look like. And the reason I use the clay is because the clay is really good for taking away toxins. So you really don't see this. However, if you're going to be wearing something without sleeves and you want to go ahead and use the other one that you don't see, just use the baking soda and the cornstarch mixture and you won't see this. So you can barely see it anyway. But the other thing that you can do is that you can put it in these little soap molds, but make sure it's cool where you live or it'll melt. Or you can also put it in a jar, like these jelly jars, or like this one, and then you just put it on with your finger. Or you can make molds using little muffin cups like this, and then you would make your deodorant bar and you would pop it out, and you could store it in a little sandwich bag in the refrigerator. At least I know I do, because here it's too hot to leave it out. It'll melt and become a mess. So I hope that you liked my tip along with my review. I like this product. This is exactly what I am looking for when I do any of my recipes. I enjoyed that this was a cruelty-free product. I enjoyed that it had so many safety seals all through the opening of the product. And like I said, this is 100% pure essential oil, so I do not put this on my skin directly. I always mix it, and of course I'm not an expert in these things. You have to make your own mind of how you're going to be using these things. So I hope you liked my review. If you have any comments or questions, please let me know below. Thank you. Bye-bye.